Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to my pick number 10. We have entered the top 10 of my favorite 31 hard rock and heavy metal albums of the 70s. The hard and heavy, the hard rock and the kick-ass albums of the 70s, of the heavier spectrum, right? It's a lot of kick-ass albums in the 70s, but these are the heavier albums, right? So we have gone through each and every day of this month all of our picks up until this point together. I have chosen not to do more than 2 albums by any one band to kind of make the playing field a little bit more open, right? So this is the first appearance on my list from this particular British band. It's their second album, released March 23rd, 1976, recorded at Rockfield Studios in Wales, produced by Jeffrey Calvert, Max West, and the band themselves for Gull Records. I'm talking about Sad Wings of Destiny by Judas Priest. Of course, how could this not make my list? Impossible. Impossible. Of course, one of the early lineups of this particular band, Rob Halford on vocals, KK Downing on guitars, Glenn Tipton on guitars and a little bit of keyboards, Ian Hill on bass, and Alan Moore on drums. This, follows, of course, their debut Rock-a-Rolla, which is more of kind of like a heavy blues album, but little kind of instances of what we'd expect to come, but not nearly projecting what we would get on this early metal classic. Arguably the birth of heavy metal is on this album and the next 2 albums. I shouldn't say the birth of heavy metal. Obviously, we've got Sabbath that came before them and other bands. But I think like the heavy metal that we knew it going into the latter part of the 70s and into the 80s, right? The high-pitched wailing, screams, right? The look, right? That metallicness, the darkness of it. Sabbath kind of laid the foundation, but then Judas Priest took it to another level. Victim of Changes starts it off. I mean, come on. Those awesome guitars at the beginning, the heavy riffs, the rampaging rhythms, the Halford wailing, it's all here. Then, of course, you got the Ripper, so heavy. Dreamer, Deceiver, doomy, heavy, right? Just awesome stuff. Dreamer, Deceiver, and Deceiver, right? It's kind of like a 2-part thing here. Just awesome. And you got, of course, on side 2, you got the little prelude thing. And, of course, that leads into Tyrant. Again, you got some remnants of like early kind of speed metal on lots of these Judas Priest tracks over the next couple of albums. Genocide, so heavy. How about that riffing on that? That great guitar solo from Glenn. Just killer. And then, of course, you got the somber Epitaph, and then the crushingly heavy Island of Domination. One of the sleeper heavy tracks from the early part of the Judas Priest catalog. Just so cool. What a great album closer. Island of Domination. Halford just completely coming into his own on this album. I can just imagine. We had Ian Gillan, of course. But then you've got this guy who comes out of nowhere, and it's like, holy cow, listen to that, right? Something really special happening here that would continue on for many, many albums to come. Of course, there's absolutely no charting, anything to speak about with this album. So this, did not sell well at all. And in fact, the band would, the Gull Records would have no idea what to do with this band anymore. Gull Records became like a non-entity, and of course the band would go on to sign with CBS Records shortly thereafter, and start to make a little bit more of an impact, right? But it wasn't until a couple more albums where they would start to see significant sales and things. But, at this point in time, they are an opening band. They're putting out albums. Not many people are buying them, but they're gaining a little bit of momentum, especially on the live scene. So, but yeah, what a terrific album. Terrific album cover, too, right? Classic album cover, and just so many classics. I mean, you look at, like, the classics on this album, right off the top, right? Victim of Changes, The Ripper, Tyrant, Genocide, Island of Domination, right there. All of those. Drop dead classics. The other stuff is good too, but those are the standouts for me. Just absolutely terrific, and you can't not have a complete kind of favorites list of this era of hard and heavy albums without including this. And arguably, again, Priest is one of those bands. One of the reasons why I set the kind of 2 album limit, which really hurts for a band like this because there's way more. Right? You could easily on this list have the entire list of 31 made up of Judas Priest and Black Sabbath and Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin and Uriah Heep. I mean, for me anyway, right? I mean, there's just so many. Thin Lizzy. I mean, there's this UFO. There's certain bands that easily 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 albums could take up the entire list. Budgie. So that's why I figured it'd be a little bit more fun to squeeze as many bands in as possible by just limiting it to 2. But just understand that, of course, Judas Priest would have way more than 2 on my list. Oh, does that mean that there are more to come? Possibly. Did I spill the beans? Possibly. You'll have to wait and see, right? Because we've got 9 more selections to come. So stay tuned and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And click on that notification bell to get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all your support there. And please let us know what you think of Sad Wings of Destiny down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Pick number 10. It's the top 10, folks. 9 more to go, and then we move into another aspect of the 70s, our favorite just rock albums, not prog albums, not hard rock and metal albums, not jazz fusion or jazz albums, right? Just plain old rock albums. No southern rock, right? Because we've already done all this other stuff, so now we're going to just do the rock albums. Those albums are just pure rock and roll, right? And we love them. So our top albums, rock albums of the 70s. And then, of course, the following month, I will be taking a look at all of this stuff. Rock, southern rock, hard rock, metal, jazz, prog, all that kind of stuff. And I'm somehow going to figure out what my overall favorite albums across all genres of the 70s are. Jesus. Almost impossible. But we'll figure it out. Anyway, till then, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell to get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page. So thanks for your support, all of that. We do have a new, a lot of you love the Sea of Tranquility whale, space whale design. We've got a new, even spacier look to the space whale design in lots of different colors, different shades of blue and red and all sorts of other stuff. So go check out the link below to that. And thanks in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff coming up later today. We've got It's All About the Fuzz. Karen La Preziosa is coming into the house. Well, not into the house, into the Zoom, and we will be talking some of the cool bands on the Rise Above Records roster, a very cool record label if you love your fuzzy music. And then Jamie Laszlo and myself will be ranking the catalog of the Great Blood Ceremony, speaking of fuzzy bands, right? So a very cool kind of doom, stoner, psych, prog, heavy rock band that have 5 great albums to their credit. We'll be ranking that catalog, and yeah, till then, we'll see you here. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.